I think that's a solar shower. This is run by the ATC. This is where we slept last night, only because the tent pads over there, there was only one or two, one normal size one and one tiny size one left. And we, in case other people were coming in late, we want to make sure there was room for other hikers that came down. So Faith and I, we can set up on that because we have a freestanding. So we put up there to make sure we left a couple of left another tent pad for somebody else. But this is, I'm gonna make my tea and I'm gonna go right in there. There's some nice comfy chairs, then have my tea in the porch. You're not supposed to cook in there, but you can eat in there. Off into the bush. There is Forge. I'm sure is still sound asleep. He was using the solar shower last night when we got in. I think this up here is the cabin. Everything here is the ATC, so it would be by donation. The tent sites are free. There's a cabin up there. And I think we can hang out. There's a hiker room or something in there. We can hang out in there if we wanted. And then, like I said, my chair is right in there. Yeah, so it's 20 to 8. I'm just enjoying my tea in this nice little screened-in area. Last night we were talking because we got in late. It was like, it had to have been 11 o'clock when we were going to sleep. By the time we had moved around, because we had taken our tent stuff and set it up, had everything out and was ready to set it up on the tent pad. When we found out there was no other full-size tent pads left after that one, but there was like an actual tent platform up here, and we can set up on a platform. So we moved all our stuff up there, and then there was some trail magic. Faith had some coffee cake. There was cans of soda. I got watermelon. So we had that. That was what we had for supper. We just went to bed. There was bear poles here. I didn't really like the setup for the bear poles. All the bear poles that we've been seeing in the Shenandoahs in here are way too low. They're definitely nowhere near high enough to keep a bear from getting them. So if a bear had come along, he would have just been playing and tugging on our bags and getting them down. And they did have a bear issue here where he was going, the caretaker said he was like, the bear was right at the door, and it didn't even matter if the lights turned on. Like, he wasn't scared of the lights coming on or anything. He wasn't leaving. So we did hang them there. They were fine. There was no problems there this morning, we didn't have any sign of the bear last night. But by the time we did all that, it was pretty late. And we told Goldilocks, we were guessing that we would be moving a little later, and so we told her maybe 8 o'clock-ish that we would be ready to go. And it was funny because I actually woke up at 10 after 6, and I'm surprised because I should have been really, really tired. I was really itchy last night too, so it was hard to fall asleep. Yeah, so I'm actually happy though that I was awake early, and then Faith and I are pretty much all ready to go. We just have our food on the table there, just having something to eat, and whenever Goldilocks is ready, we're gonna all head in together. This is Goldilocks' last day, I think. She thought about doing a couple more miles tomorrow, but I'm not sure if she will do that or just she might just get a hostel tonight and get ready to head back tomorrow. Yeah, but anyway, so we have 13 miles into Harper's Ferry, and we get our picture taken. That's kind of like that's what people consider the halfway, even though there's an actual halfway on the trail. Harper's Ferry is a pretty big deal. We got our picture taken to go into the ATC book, and yeah, so it's a big deal what's happening today. And the last couple of days, like when we hit 1,000, that's a huge deal. And then now we're heading into Harper's Ferry and the ATC. So we made it up that climb, coming out of the Blackburn Welcome Center. And now we're making our way to we want to get to Harper's Ferry. It's about 13 miles. Right before we left, we went in to sign the logbook. And then luckily we did, because then while we were signing, Hopeful backed in, and I was bringing Trail Magic there. And like I said, she's a major blessing to the world. And so was Fern. Fern was there taking care of, she's the caretaker there. And I don't think it's an easy job managing like day hikers and campers who are showing up, and then trying to make sure that she's taking care of the through hikers. But then, yeah, so it was, I don't think they have an easy job. That was where Hopeful used to work when her first child was born. She was the caretaker there, her and her husband. So it takes special kind of people to take care of places like that and manage all of us, especially you got a bunch of through hikers coming in tired. It's late at night, trying to make sure that you have a place to put them. And she still found a way. She made the time and gave us Trail Magic at the end of the night before we went to bed. So they're amazing people. So grateful for them. But now we are just we're all very sore and tired. I had an extra cup of tea this morning, and Goldilocks had her coffee. Forge was still with us. He's normally doesn't get on the move that early, but he's trying to get to the festival today. So hopefully he'll make it to the festival, and he's meeting up with some friends and has a good time. And he's another one that was a blessing having him hiking with us. He's a good friend. But anyway, so I'm assuming Discount carried on. He's a fast hiker, and we're thinking he carried on to the shelter last night. He had stopped and had supper, so then he probably didn't take him very long to get to that shelter. He's trying to get to Harper's Ferry, and hopefully we get to see him at Harper's Ferry, or maybe Faith and I will get really lucky and catch up with them at some time. Probably not, but hopefully he catches up to Sinatra, a friend he had hiked with before. They're probably around the same pace. And then I hope the two of them get to Katahdin with no issues, and we have his number so we can keep in contact with him and see how he's doing. But anyway, so on the move. I'm so glad I got my new shoes. I was almost barefoot walking yesterday. Everything was falling apart by the time I got to Faith's. Her toes start to come apart because she trips so much on them. But her shoes only had about 300 miles on them. Mine had over 6, and they were starting to fall apart. So I'm happy I got new shoes. We're gonna get Goldilocks to Harper's Ferry. Plus, she had done 100 miles in Pennsylvania one time before, so she's actually passed her halfway mark for the AT. So I'm happy for her. And yeah, so we'll show you what it's like in Harper's Ferry. Good morning. We have 3 deer here. They're these little guys. They're all hanging out together. Good morning. Yeah, I don't know if you could see. The other one is right there. Gonna show us your white bums? Oh, they're all gonna get together. The triplets. Oh, that might be mama and 2 babies. That's 2 babies. Yeah. These guys are small, yeah. Hi.
Yeah, the 2 of you there.
Hi. That's why they're running, trying to stay close to mama. Oh, look at how tiny. Oh, there's the white bums. Too cute. So, yeah, today we are going to Harper's Ferry, which is a big deal. But also, we're leaving Virginia, and we're doing West Virginia today. So, I'm not sure what we're gonna do. I probably by this time I will have put a picture of under my arm. I'm thinking I had a reaction to some of the laundry soap that we had used recently. And then, so I changed into a shirt that I hadn't washed. Faith also had a few
itchy spots, and so did Forge. So we're thinking that just the three of us are theirs too didn't look like what mine looked like. Mine was very angry, but it still was annoying. It was bothering them. So we're thinking in Harper's Ferry we might stop and see if we can get like a hostel room and rewash our clothes. And then, because I'm not sure how far out anyway, we would go past, and we need to get our picture done at the ATC and stuff like that, and say goodbye to Goldilocks. She's probably going to head out tomorrow morning. And then after that, though, we leave and we enter Maryland. And Maryland isn't a long state either. So we've got a few exciting things coming up. We'll be hitting Pennsylvania. We have to get off trail by Wednesday night and be in a place where we either have really good cell service or really good Wi-Fi, so that we can do the Zoom meeting, like be on the Zoom call for the courtroom. There's a link for the sentencing hearing, which will be Thursday and Friday. I still don't know for sure if we get to do our victim impact statements. Like, they've been submitted, but whether or not we'll be able to say them over the Zoom, or if we're just going to be watching. But either way, we have to make that happen. I called the park at the Pine Grove area, where that's basically our halfway, and just to see if they had good Wi-Fi or cell signal. They do not. They said the only place that has a bit of Wi-Fi would be the store. You have to be pretty much right up against the store, so that wouldn't work, and it's probably not strong enough for the type of call and stuff that we need it for. So we were looking to see what kind of shuttles there are, what other towns are in the area, and see what we can figure out, so that we can we'll hike as far as we can hike for Wednesday, and then maybe get a shuttle into somewhere that has, like, I know there is a hostel in Harper's Ferry that has a private room. That would have worked, but if we're too far from there, then it'd probably be pretty expensive to get a shuttle back. But the shuttle driver might know of good places to go depending on where we think we're going to land. So that's the other thing we can do if we do get a hostel tonight. We can maybe reach out to a shuttle driver and see if he knows of where we could get picked up close to that halfway point-ish, or a little bit before, so that we can get off and be in a comfortable space, reliable cell signal or reliable Wi-Fi for those 2 days. And then we'd probably just stay there for the third day. Either that or get shuttled back and go to one of the campgrounds. But we'll take that one day at a time. Depends on the pricing for the hotels and stuff like that, or wherever we land, and pricings for the shuttles. So, but anyway, so that's what we got to work on today. It's been raining a little bit off and on, but very light rain. It's pretty cool in this bush. It's not hard hiking, tiny little bits of rock, but most of it is pretty cruisy. So we're not having a bad day today, which we kind of needed it, because our legs and feet were sore from yesterday. So this isn't too bad right now. But yeah, so we're going to be changing states, leaving Virginia and heading into West Virginia today, and hitting Harper's Ferry and getting our pictures done. And yeah, so it's pretty exciting. Oh, I just saw a little snake there. I'll see if I can catch. I don't know what kind of snake that is. I can't see his head. I think I'm too zoomed in. Hang on. Okay, on this side of the road is Virginia. The other side of the road is West Virginia. Yay! Congratulations, ladies! So we stopped at this little picnic area right after we changed. You can actually still see the sign right there, where we changed our state. We're having a little lunch. I'm eating corn chips, but I also, so our friend Goldilocks,
she has trouble with dairy and dyes and stuff, and she gets like almost like an arthritis flare. And so we just gave her, I had only just found these not long before we started hiking. I have lots of made good products, which are amazing out here. So grateful for the made good products. But this is like everybody else's where they get the Cheez-Its. This is my version of Cheez-Its. It's gluten-free. It's not gluten-free, and it's obviously no dairy or egg or anything. So grateful for the made good. We got some Trail Magic. A gentleman came up. He did section hikes. I think he's covered the first half. He's not hiking right now, and so he came to do Trail Magic and gave us some Cokes and some water bottles. We're pretty sure this is where our friend Forge got picked up to go into that festival. But yeah, I just thought while I was eating lunch, I wanted to show that. And then I had one of these yesterday. This is what I got at that market, and they're nut free. I believe they're plant-based protein bars, and I think they're gluten-free too. So it shows you the ingredients there. Sunflower seed butter. Is that date paste? Date paste, yeah. Yeah, so it looks like they are gluten-free too. Oh yeah, here. Oh yeah, all I had to do was open it. This is what it's free of. So nut-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free, soy-free, and sesame-free. Oh, yeah. So I had one yesterday. I had the chocolate crunch, and it was really good. And there's 12 grams of protein, 10 grams of fiber. Yeah. So they had all kinds of them. I only picked 2, just in case I had problems with them. But they had several different kinds. I think there might have been 8 kinds there. Yeah. So that's. I was pretty happy with, like I said, the made good products, and then that market. I'm finding more and more things that I can have for the protein bars, the Cliff bars. That Cliff Bar Oreo bar is 20 grams of protein, and it's safe for me, which means there's no dairy, no egg, no nuts, and I'm almost 100% sure it said gluten-free also. So that's another bar out here that some of us can have. So. Okay, so we're getting closer to Harper's Ferry. We're already in the Harper's Ferry National Forest. We're going to stay at a hostel just on the other side of the bridge. So we started out our day in Virginia. We will cross all the way through West Virginia, which is I think only 4 miles, 4 something. And then we will be entering Maryland. So in this day, we will have done 3 states, been inside 3 states in the one day. There is such a thing as called 4-state challenge, where you do 44 miles because you go all the way through Maryland and touch Pennsylvania. But obviously, we're not going to do that. So we're going to hit Harper's Ferry soon. We should have lots of time. The ATC should still be open. We'll go register there for our new numbers in Harper's Ferry, and then we're going to carry on. They're at this hostel. They had a private room, or it's like a group private, so it would sleep 5. So there'll be the 3 of us, and I think Forge is going to meet us there. So it'd be cheaper than even getting a bunk with the 4 of us. So yeah, so that's our plan for tonight. So it's pretty exciting. So I'll video as we're heading into Harper's Ferry. So I'm assuming this is where we're coming into Harper's Ferry. Pretty cool.